You and a buddy are on vacation visiting Indonesia and are excited to go diving. It's not your first time around, and you're equipped with gear and experience. But despite being prepared, scuba diving is still dangerous, and you find yourself in one of several bad scenarios. This is how to survive a diving accident. Although being prepared is always the best way to stay safe, accidents still happen. Take Chris Lemons, who was a professional diver when he thankfully survived a horrible string of underwater events. In rough waters, their ship drifted over the structure they were working on, forcing them to climb over it. While doing so, Lemon's umbilical cord got caught on a piece of metal, and, as if things couldn't get any worse, his cable snapped, dropping him to the seafloor. Using his emergency gas tank, he managed to climb back up the structure. By the time he got on top of the structure, he only had 7 minutes left of air. Knowing he couldn't reach the surface in time, he curled up into a ball and waited. 30 minutes later, he was rescued. Miraculously, he regained consciousness after receiving CPR. But how often do people die from a diving accident? How wide are riptides? And what is a decompression stop? Step 1. What to do if you are running out of air. It's a frightening feeling, surrounded by water and realizing that soon you won't be able to breathe. Drop everything you can except for your tank. This will make your ascent easier. Exhale as you ascend toward the surface. This releases expanding air from your lungs. Once at the surface, use the oral inflator on your vest to fill the bladder with air to keep you buoyant. Step 2. What to do if you are disoriented. That fancy watch-like computer around your wrist is malfunctioning, and you are feeling pretty lost. Stop immediately where you are and try to estimate how far down you actually are. If you've been regularly checking your depth before your computer fails, then you should be able to come up with a rough estimate. Now, make a slow and controlled ascent. Monitor the pounds per square inch, or PSI, on your tank of remaining air as you make your way to the surface. Step 3. What to do if you are fighting an extreme current. Don't try to fight the current. Odds are you'll lose. You'll also get totally exhausted, which could lead to your death. Instead, swim parallel to the shore. Most riptides are less than 30.5 meters wide. If you cut across the riptide, you might wind up a kilometer down the beach. But a kilometer down the beach is much better than a kilometer out to sea. Step 4. What to do if you are trapped in a wreck. Exploring wrecks at the bottom of the ocean is a popular diving activity, but it can quickly turn from fun to disastrous if you get caught among the wreckage. Try finding what is caught or pinned. If it's something like a fishing line, cut or tear yourself loose. If you can't free yourself, then bang on any nearby metal to get your diving buddy's attention. Step 5. Avoid the bends. Whichever dangerous situation transpires, instinctively you'll want to be in a rush to get to the surface. But it's important that you ascend as calmly as possible. As divers make their way to the surface, the immense water pressure is lifted. This causes nitrogen gas to bubble out of your bloodstream and tissues. If it happens too rapidly, it can cause painful nerve and tissue damage, and even death. To avoid this, make your ascent slow and controlled. Take a decompression stop closer to the surface for up to 5 minutes. This helps the body off-gas nitrogen you absorbed while under higher water pressure. Making sure you are in good physical condition and have properly working gear before a dive will go a long way in avoiding any accidents. According to a report by the Divers Alert Network, 1 out of every 211,864 dives ends in a fatality. 86% of those deaths happen when the person was alone. So make sure you always have a reliable diving partner to help you out if things take an unfortunate turn. And yes, I know, we didn't cover any shark encounters in this episode, So if you want to know how to get out of dangerous animal encounters, you'd better head on over and watch more How to Survive.